folks, we're going to have a fantastic bout tonight. We have the Tokyo Demons versus the undefeated Moscow Jackals. Now I see that the commanders are already on the field, ready to deploy their troops, so let's go ahead and get down to the action. I'm being told that all of our cameramen are suffering from motion sickness, so I'm just going to have to give you my play-by-play of all of the action. So here we go. Looks like the Moscow Jackals are deploying their Harrier. That is a bold move here in the opening bout. And the sniper takes out the trooper. Wow! The crowd can barely contain their excitement! And the flag has been captured by the Tokyo Demons! Oh, they took out the commander! Oh! Zero Gravity is a futuristic capture the flag style game with a very, very unique board. So let me show you how the game works. So let me just adjust here. So this is going to be a slight challenge to show you everything, but I'm going to do my best because something really unique about this game is their very unique board. So if you look here, this board here is all the way around here, and you play on the inside of this very unique cube. So you will pick a team. So I have two teams that came with my set here. So I have the Moscow Jackals and I have the Tokyo Demons duking it out here. And I've already gone ahead and taken a few turns here. So let me show you here the starting areas. So let's go over here. Yeah, you should be able to see everything there. So when you set up the game, you randomly pick a first player. So I have the Moscow Jackals, the red players here. And obviously these are all prototype components. You're not going to have meeples on there. You're actually going to have figures. They're going to represent the different types of troops and champions that you're going to have in the game. So you have a spawn point, and you're going to have a flag. So the object of the game is to score as many points as possible, and you can choose the length of the game that you want to play. The most points that you can get is by obviously capturing the flag and taking it back into your own home area, or taking it into the opposite area for playing with more players. But so the Tokyo Demons, the blue players here, they're trying to grab this flag and take it into their area, which is right here. And the Moscow Jackals are trying to take the Tokyo Demons flag, which is right there, and try to take that into their area. But they have this whole board to move around and maneuver in. So let me just show you what we have going on here. So you have your little card here, and the points are called cheers. So you're trying to earn these cheers down here and doing actions like eliminating one of your opponent's troopers or champions on the board. Will give you a certain amount of points. If you're able to capture their flag, you will get 15 points, and if you're playing a short game, 15 points will be the win of the game. And you will track that down here. Your commander is unique, and they can't be regenerated, but these other ones can be regenerated if they're eliminated. And the symbols right here show you how many hits they can take before they are eliminated. The troopers can only take, of course, one hit per troop, I guess you would say. You also have a little token here that'll say, like, when you are still taking your turn or when you decide to pass, you will flip your token over, and once everybody passes, you'll go on to an end phase, and certain things happen in that end phase as well. So let me go ahead and take a quick turn here just to show you how things will work. Let's zoom in a little bit here just so you can see all of the stuff here and where I'm going. Right now it is the Moscow Jackal's turn. So let's go ahead and take their turn and show you how this works. So the first thing you do is actually a restock action. So when you restock, you start earning these N coins. And these N coins are the currency in the game and stuff you use to take your actions. You spend these to activate units and to do different things in the game. So currently the Moscow Jackals have 3 of them. You always gain 2 no matter what. And then you gain 1 for every spawn point in your color. So right now, just off camera here, they only have 1 spawn point right now, so they will earn 1 of those. For each crate looted in the previous round, we haven't looted any crates just yet, so they don't get anything else. So looks like right now we have 6 N coins to be able to spend on our turn. So after the restock phase, we go ahead and go into the trooper phase. So with the trooper phase, you can put out a new trooper. You can activate troopers for free. You don't have to spend any of your coins. And your troopers can do a limited amount of actions, but hey, they're a little bit annoying on the board. And actually, the first thing I forgot to do is the Moscow Jackals actually have a special ability here. So if you look on their board here, it is Jackals at the door. At the beginning of your turn, put into play a trooper in a cell adjacent to any member of the Moscow Jackals. So that should have happened at the very beginning before the restock phase, but let's just go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to place out a trooper, and I'm going to place this trooper right out here, right next to my jumper right there. These are all labeled. I don't know if you can see them, but they're labeled right there. But of course, you would have the different figures, so you'd be able to tell them just by quickly glancing at them. So now we've gone to the trooper phase. So the trooper phase, you can place a new trooper in any cell adjacent to any spawn point. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. My spawn point is right up here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to place a trooper right there in between the spawn point and my flag. So you can try to protect that as best I can, and you couldn't even see that. There we go. So I placed him right here. So there's my flag and there is my spawn point. So now if I want to, I can activate my troopers, and they're free to activate. So with those, you can move and attack, or you can run. So moving is you only get to move up 1 space because you look at their info here. So the Moscow Jackals trooper can only move 1 space, indicated right there with their little movement thing. So he can only move 1 space at a time. That one's not going to move, but I got these 2 guys right out here, so they're going to go ahead and they're going to move around. But actually, I'm going to have them run. When you run, you get to move 2 additional spaces. So I'm going to have this guy. He's going to run 3 spaces because they get their 1 space of movement. And this guy, he's actually going to go on the diagonal. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 right over there. So now he is in the enemy grounds and he is ready to do some damage, hopefully right over there. So once I am done with that, my opponent gets to do their stuff as well. So I didn't show in my opponent's restock phase, they actually earned 3 of their N tokens. And you also get to draw a card, I forgot to, for the Moscow Jackals. I'll give them a card in a second. So they drew Better Aim. So this is valid for the current turn, so the turn that you play this card. All of your units get +2 green dice when performing a primary attack. So that is something that is very good. Let me go ahead and give the Moscow Jackals their card, which is Reset. An additional dice for the scenario phase roll. So that's really cool. So you can play that with that later on. So in their trooper phase, what they're going to do is they are going to place out a trooper, and they see stuff is going on, so they're going to place out a trooper right there. So those troopers might have to duke it out. And you know what? They're going to go ahead and they are going to go ahead and activate, and they're going to attack that trooper from the other team. So now we go ahead and set up for an attack. So let me just adjust this here just so you can see what we have going on. So since this trooper is the one being attacked, they're going to get 2 yellow dice because you look at their shield on there. And the Tokyo Demons over here, since they are the aggressors and the ones that are doing the attack, they get a green, a yellow, and 2 red. Green, yellow, and 2 red. So now we go ahead and roll up the attack, and anything with an X will go ahead and hit. And so we have 2 hits from the Tokyo Demons troopers. So hopefully we can roll 2 on the yellow here. And if you look here, the yellow die has 3 X's on there. So you have a 50% chance of defending with each die. So let's go ahead and see what they do. And they only blocked 1 of those. So unfortunately they do take a hit. The troopers can only take 1 hit. So unfortunately, this trooper is eliminated. So because he was eliminated, the Tokyo Demons go ahead and score a cheer. So they move over the marker 1 space right there. But the Tokyo Demons have a special power, Warlords. Every time the Tokyo Demons score a cheer, add 1 extra cheer. So they are actually up to 2 cheers already in this contest. So they are going to go ahead and decide that they are going to pass. They are done, so they'll take their token and flip that over. And we see that everybody has passed. So now we'll go on to the next phase of the game. So you flip everybody's tokens back over to the Moscow Jackals. And the Moscow Jackals now are in their champion phase. So in their champion phase, they can activate a spawn point, they can activate a champion, or they can just simply pass. So if they want to activate a spawn point, they can choose which spawn point. If they have another spawn point on the board, they can activate that. The commander can just place out spawn points if they really wanted to. Not going to just yet. I kind of like the positioning of everything. So they're going to go ahead and activate a spawn point, and they're going to bring out another troop here. Or not a troop, they're going to bring out another champion. So looking down here, I already have my jumper out. But let's go ahead and let's bring out our Harrier. So our Harrier, you look at how much health they are. This one will cost 4 N coins. So we go ahead and spend 4 of those N coins. And we're going to go and bring out the Harrier next to our spawn point. So we're going to bring that out right over there. So then if we want to activate one of our troops, we can, or champions, we can go ahead and do that. Spending 1 coin to activate each one. So I'm going to spend 1 coin, and I'm going to activate my jumper. My jumper isn't going to jump. My jumper is just going to move. Actually, my jumper is going to run. So I'm going to have my jumper run. My jumper is going to go 1, 2, 3 spaces right there. So that way they're in a better position and they can jump onto the other board. Now they have 1 N coin left for the Moscow Jackals, and that's all they're really going to do. So let's go ahead and go over to the Tokyo Demons now. So the Tokyo Demons have all of their stuff right over there. And they are in a little bit of a pickle because they don't have as many troops and champions out on the board. So they are going to go ahead and bring out, let's say they're going to bring out their jumper. Their jumper, looking down here, their jumper costs 3. So they're going to spend 3 N coins, actually down here, so you can see what's going on. So they're going to spend 3 N coins, and that is going to go right here. So let me spend those 3. And they're going to go ahead and they're going to spend 1 to go ahead and activate that jumper. So the jumpers can jump from these jumper areas that are on the board in this yellow, and you jump from the exact coordinates to the next board of the exact coordinates. So this jumper could go from here to the top if they wanted to, or they're going to go down here to the bottom. They're going to go down to the bottom because that's where the Moscow Jackals are right now. So if we look, this coordinate is 3G. So then we look here for 3G, which is right here. So they're just going to jump. They go pew, pew. So they will jump right there onto the board. And now they're kind of in the way. Now I could activate that jumper again if I wanted to. And yep, you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to have a jumper versus jumper battle. So let's once again look right here. So the jumper is doing a ranged attack because they are 1 space away. So it's going to be a blue, 2 green, blue, 2 green, and a red. And I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to move the camera over. The other jumper's defense is a yellow and a red. So let's go ahead and roll up their attack here. And they got 2 hits right there. Here are the defense for the Moscow Jackals. And, oh, they didn't get anything. So 2 hits are going to go on to the Moscow Jackals jumper. They only have 1 hit left, so they are having some issues. But there are some different moves that you can do. If I wanted to activate a champion, so where's my champion right here? Commander, not my champion, my commander. So commanders can do a power jump. They can do a thing from space to space. Only jumpers can jump from these special areas, but a commander can do a similar jump. So from 5E, he could jump to 5E if they wanted to for spending a coin. Also, one thing that's really cool, so let's see if I can get this on camera best I can. Let me tilt this up here. So let's just say we had a commander up there, whoops, on the ceiling right there. They could actually do a drop jump. So let me just put out something here. So that would be 1D. So they could jump down to 1D from where they are. So let's just say they went ahead and did that. So they're going to go, and whoop, I can't even tilt my camera here. So they would land right there, and you can only do that if there's something in that area. So they would land on that crate, and they would go ahead and bust that crate, and that would get them some points for at the beginning of the next round. You just go ahead and collect that. Whoops. You just go ahead and collect that into your area. But you will continue on, and you will be collecting cheers by defeating your opponents and trying to steal their flag. There are bombs that you can put out, and there are different things that you can do. There are some interesting cards here. For example, I have this one, which is a gravity switch. Turn the arena clockwise or counterclockwise. So what that would do is it would take the whole arena, and we would just go, and it would twist the whole arena, and then that would change that commander's ability, because you can only drop from the top to the bottom. So that would just change out some stuff and possibly make it so that way you could do that jump without having to move your people all around. But those are just some of the basics of zero gravity.
Punchboard Media, where we all bring something to the table. Pull up a chair at punchboardmedia.com.
So that is zero gravity. So this is a very impressive game. It has a presence of its own on the table. If you're playing this out in a public atmosphere, people will gather around just to kind of have a look at it and see what is this thing that you are playing, because you're not playing, on a flat surface. You're playing in this cube thing. Now, I will say one slight issue would be lighting. This is not a game I would recommend in a low light situation because you're playing inside, and if you don't have good adequate lighting, you might have a slight issue with seeing what's going on inside. Other than that, if you have good lighting, if you're able to play with like a window at somebody's back, anything like that, you will have no problem with that, hopefully. But this takes a whole new twist on Capture the Flag. This is a lot of fun, and there's a lot of strategy involved. Now, I only had a 2-player version of the game, which you can play with up to 4 players, so there's a little bit of chaos going on. Now, it's not a free-for-all. You still only have a specific person you're going against, but there's all these troops and all this stuff going on the board, and if somebody gets in your way, they could possibly block your movement or even block your attack, because there's all this line of sight stuff that you have to deal with. But this is something that is really impressive, and come on, it's a game with magnets. Magnets are always fun, and this is a fun and very interesting and unique way to implement them, and it's just a blast to play. So if this looks like something that you'd be interested in, down below I'm going to have a link for their Kickstarter, so you can definitely check this out. And as always, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and help support Cloak and Meeple. Of course, you can go on to geekygoodies.com to buy a Cloak and Meeple shirt. You can go on to Patreon or a Pod Pledge to help pledge to this channel. And you can just subscribe, hit that like button down below. That would be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you for watching. Oh, they took out the